What's up, guys? Welcome to That Goninan Life. Today I'm actually super excited about this video. I'm gonna go over 5 must-haves for the keto diet. I have been doing this diet I'm on week 11. I just looked at our thing. So I'm keeping track of the weight up there and how much we've actually lost. I'm down 43 pounds, so that's pretty exciting. So the keto diet is, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's a low carb, no sugar diet that you basically change the chemistry of your body and how you burn things and how your body uses energy. It starts to use fat as energy instead of like sugar and carbs and stuff like that. So it's a good thing to do if you're looking to change your lifestyle. It is definitely a lifestyle change for sure. No sugar is really hard to do at first, but once you're kind of on it, it's pretty good. So for me, I know that sugar is definitely one of those things that I enjoy, and so it's a struggle for me a little bit to I have a huge sweet tooth, so it's a struggle that I've struggled with most of my life, and when I'm on this diet, it really helps me sort of focus, and it's good, it's fun to do this. So I'm going to share with you some things that I use on a regular basis that really help me through this diet, because there's times where you'll absolutely be frustrated and crave weird things. And so let me get into it. So the first one that we have here is basically a must-have for this diet, because your breath is going to smell really bad. So these are mints. They are Vanilla Mint Blast. It's a brand I found at Trader Joe's, if you can see that. Sorry, I'm so bad at the focus thing. So yeah, so these mints are super good. They're sugar-free, so that's good. I really like them. They're super delicious, and I keep them in the car, because when you're in like an open area and you're talking to somebody, they're not really going to smell your breath too much. But if you're in a car, Amy complains sometimes about my breath, so I pop a mint in almost every time I get in the car, just as a habit, so that I can at least be an okay person to be around and not have a really bad breath, because the keto diet will change your breath. Your body gets into a thing called ketosis, and what happens is it just sort of, for some reason, it just gives you bad breath. I don't know why. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you'll taste it. So mints are always good to have. I found these at Trader Joe's, but I found them on Amazon, and they're actually cheaper on Amazon because you can get more of them for cheaper. So all of these things I'll link down below in the description, so that you just kind of can see what I'm talking about. And yeah, so they're good. So yes, mints, the number one thing, the most important to me. One of the other things that I can't do without is I love barbecue sauce. I have a problem with it. I love all sorts of different kinds. I'm a sauce guy. I love sauces on everything. One of my favorite places to eat is in Washington. Burger-wise, it's good. It's called Lunchbox Laboratories, and they always have like all these sauces that you can pick from and stuff, so it's super good. So this is the G Smokehouse. I've mentioned this before on my cooking video. This is really good barbecue sauce to have. So this is the maple brown flavor. I also have tried the hickory, which is, I think the hickory one's a little bit better than the maple brown, personally. That one has a little bit more of an aftertaste than the hickory one does. And so they aren't carbless. They still have 2 grams of carb per serving, and a serving is 2 tablespoons. So you still have to kind of go easy on it, but it's a lot better than a normal amount of, I think there's 28 grams of carbs per 2 tablespoons, I think, in like your just average barbecue sauce. So it is way better. And if you're diabetic, or you know somebody who's diabetic and they've never heard of this sauce, it's good too, because it doesn't have, it has 0 grams of sugar. So that's a good thing. I know I have family that is diabetic, and so it's good to kind of, oh hey, look, this, it has a little bit of weird aftertaste. Cooking with it is good. It doesn't have as much of the aftertaste, but man, is it a step up from consuming the amount of sugar that you do with barbecue sauce. I know because I've done it in the past. Got a little sugar high on those barbecue sauces. One of the other things that I love are Premier protein shakes. So they are, focus. So they are kind of found everywhere. They're usually in kind of where all the shakes are in the store. So at Albertsons, for instance, if you go to like the weight loss section, then you should find them there. I cannot recommend the peaches and cream one. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. It's still drinkable, but caramel's probably the best one that I've tasted. The cookies and cream one, which I've had too, tastes like if you were to eat Cocoa Puffs and then drink the milk afterwards. That's exactly what it tastes like. But then the chocolate ones are super good, and vanilla are good. So Premier protein shakes are good. They have, I think, how many grams? They have 3 grams of carbs per shake. So it's actually really good, and they're filling. I mean, use it as a snack, or I've in the past have used a bunch for breakfast. Now, the problem with the shakes can be is if you have too many of them, it can kind of, I don't know what it is about it, but if you're drinking like 3 to 4 a day, you might not lose as much weight as you were if you were just not, you know, if you're drinking 1 a day. So I actually, I'm taking a little break for about a month off of those guys just to sort of rework everything, and I've started a new action plan for myself, and so I'm trying to be good at this diet, and you have to switch it up every once in a while. So I'm cutting out shakes for a little bit, probably bring them back next month for the couple weeks, and then go off. So I'm gonna jump on and off just because for me it's good to sort of switch things up every once in a while. I still eat a lot of tacos though, so speaking of tacos, good segue. My other thing that I really have a hard time with just eating 1 or 2 is Carb Smart tortilla shells. So these are by Mission, which are everywhere. They're like the blue labeled ones. I don't know if you can see that. They say carb balance on them. Now, these are 6 nets. So if you're not doing net carbs and you're doing straight carbs, you can't eat these because these have 19 grams of carbs just by themselves. But when you subtract the dietary fiber, that's how you get like a net carb. So these have 13 grams of dietary fiber, so it's, you know, it's one of those things. So it's I use these for tacos occasionally. I don't try to do it a lot because if you eat too many of these, you will notice that you're not losing any weight. So early on, the first or the second month, there was a week I lost nothing. Oh, the week I gained 4, then I lost nothing the week after that. It was really frustrating, and I realized I was eating like 4 or 5 of these tortilla shells a day, and that's basically where I was just eating a bunch of carbs. And so it's important that you don't eat too many of them. I would say maybe once or twice a week is probably fine to have 1 or 2 tortilla shells. I had enchiladas last night, and I was able to do 2 enchiladas, and then I had for lunch today, and I probably won't have any more the rest of the week. I still like to sort of make sure that I'm not overdoing it again, because I don't want to get on to the point where I'm gaining weight again, which is super frustrating to do. So I would really recommend that you don't eat too many of them, but they're really good because if you're really frustrated with everything, you can make a pizza with it like I've done before, and you can do all sorts of fun things with them. And so they're must-haves for me at least on this diet, and yeah, I really like them, and they're good for, you know, if you want to just use one, fold it in half and make a quesadilla. It's another really good thing to do. So cool. And so my 5th and final thing, I think that was 5. Yeah. My 5th and final thing that I love are Quest bars. So if you're unfamiliar with Quest bars, let's see if I get the reflection off. They are, for a while, I think they used to sell them. I haven't seen them at Costco, but I think they used to sell them at Costco. My brother-in-law is the one that told me about these. He basically used to eat these a lot on his own version of the low-carb diet. And so basically they're protein bars, and they're super delicious. They have a lot of different flavors. Maple waffle, super good. I like those a lot. They have cookies and cream, which Amy really likes. And then they have like birthday cake and cookie dough and all sorts of. They have so many flavors, which is great. They also have these cookies, but the cookies kind of have a lot more carbs in them. I think they're like 10 or something. But these have 5 net of carbs, which is good. 24 regular, then 16 dietary fiber. Only 1 gram of sugar, which is nice. I think it does have a little bit of fake sugar. That's fine. So once again, with the bars, you have to be very, very careful, because I know for a fact that if you eat too many of them, they will mess you up. And so it's one of those things you have to have a good balance between, if you want to have a bar one day, don't drink a shake, or vice versa. Like, it's way easier to mess yourself up on things like that, because they're good and they're easy to eat, and they do fill you up, which is nice. Because if you eat one for breakfast, it's six carbs, and then if you don't eat one the rest of the day, again, I think you'll probably be okay. And each body is different too. Like, I know my body reacts completely different things to some of the stuff that when Amy tried this diet before, that she had a hard time, or I guess an easy time with the bars and the shakes and stuff. But like for me, if I have too many, it messes me up. So I try not to eat too many of the bars. They're a big temptation too, because they taste sweet, which, I have a sweet tooth, so I try to stay away from some things like that. So occasionally I'll grab a box for the week. There's 5 per box, and so I'll just sort of, when I run out, I run out. And I try not to eat them all in a day, because I could probably do that pretty easily. So, but yeah, so those are my 5 things. Bonus thing about this is they are good for Weight Watchers too. The low carb ones. Amy uses those particular tortilla shells for fajitas when she makes fajitas for her Weight Watchers diet. So, but yeah, so those are my 5 things. I would say the most important one would be the mints, but the bars and the shakes are good too. Like I said, I'll link everything down below so that you can check it out for yourself. There's so many flavors for the Quest bars, and the Premier Protein shakes are coming out with new flavors. I thought I saw strawberries and cream one the other day. I haven't tried that one yet, so I can't recommend it, but I can recommend caramel, chocolate, vanilla, and the weird Oreo ones, which taste like cocoa puffs milk. So anyway, so thanks for checking out this video. It's super short today, but I just wanted to get those 5 things that super help me out keto almost every day, if not weekly, because on this diet, you can have a tough time, especially if you're going out. If you're going out to dinner, it is a tough time to be on this diet. So, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for a couple minutes. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, give us a subscribe. We're kind of going through our own weight loss journey right now, and like I said, I'm down 43. We'll do a probably our 3rd month weight loss update in a week or 2. I get that out there. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will catch you later.